Well, hello there. I'm glad you're here. I'm Marty Whitney with ARTitude Adjustment. I teach fun art, not fine art, and I am at Florida Grand Motor Coach Resort today in Webster, Florida, right in the center of Florida. And I'm going to take care of getting my computer so that I can see your comments when you come in. So, thank you for being here. Hey Meg, I'm so glad you're here. Lots to show you today. You know, Friday is always a busy day, and actually there's 2 or 3 things going on. Last night was our first class, and they knocked it out of the park. I'll show you what they did in just a minute. But we're kind of like in the middle of a big mess around here because some of the projects didn't dry. So I just said, go on, and that's the advantage of being here, is that they could come back today and finish up their projects. So our project this time was to do the dough bowls with joint compound, and we'll get to that in just a minute. Our project for this week, though, was, and the one that we're finishing today, is the tool utility bag that we painted. This is a bag that I bought at Hobby Lobby. I've done several classes using this, and I'm going to show you what it looks like on one side, and then today I'm going to complete the other side. I'm usually all finished up, but this one I decided I would finish both sides, and there would be no reason that anyone would say, "You are carrying my bag," and I'd say, "No, I'm not." They are all different. So let me turn it over and I'll show you what I'm working on today. I have painted some, like it was. This was about the one side looked like this about Tuesday before I finished up my pen and ink of the project. Hey Christine, your ears must have been burning. Lekka, it's good to see you. And so I'm going to show you how we finish this in just a minute, and I'm also going to show you our new project for next week. So let's see, I know you're getting ready for Thanksgiving. We're going to be with family over in Little Lake Ware, which is, hey, and I was just going to call you Christine, but we'll talk later. I'm going to put this aside for right now, but I am going to go back to it in just a minute after I show you what we're going to do next week. I decided that, let me go back over here. I decided that this would be a fun project to show you. I picked this project up, I saw it in a gift shop in Alabama, and I thought, wow, that's something that's a little unique. I love unique projects, and I know you do also. This one, I thought, well, I'll bring it back and see what everybody thinks. And I think it was kind of, it was a good project to do in a class, but it does take a little longer to dry. Maybe for some reason it was, maybe it was the weather. I don't think it's very humid, but then Florida is humid when you don't think it's humid. I'm going to put some supplies away so I can show you what I'm talking about. Oh, I forgot to put in my microphone again. Let me plug this in. It only takes a second, and I know it feels like we're wrestling with plastic bags right now, but it'll sound a lot better whenever I get this plugged in. Can't you tell a difference? It just seems to be so clear, so much clearer when I get the microphone plugged in. It does make a difference. So anyway, this is the project that I used as a sample. I think I can hold it up better. I bought it in a gift shop. Whoops. And it's a big dough bowl. It might be easier if I do it down here and show you. And I thought, wow, you know, a lot of people don't have enough room in their coaches for this, but a lot of my students also have homes. So let's see about this one. Let's see if this would be something that people would enjoy painting. Imagine it that it's not sideways right now, but you're seeing the entire dough bowl. The dough bowls are carved out of some kind of wood. I don't know what it is, but if you look on YouTube and say dough bowl art, you'll see some things if you're interested in that. And also what I thought was very interesting was that the artist used joint compound for texture in the bottom of the bowl. It made it an art piece. On the back side there is a place where it was hung and where the artist signed their name. I can't read it, but I'm thinking, how creative is that? I don't want to copy that, but I want to do something similar to it. So I thought, let me go home and I'll see if I can find some dough bowls. Dough bowls, if you can find them, are expensive. So that wasn't such a great idea if I'm trying to keep down the cost. But let's put me in a little bitty circle here so I can talk. I can't talk and not be in a little circle. I thought this would be a great project. It doesn't look like it's very on a very difficult level for beginners or advanced people. And the colors, you know, you don't have to paint in the lines. That's another important thing. What do you hear the first thing people say is, I can't paint. Well, I had one of those people in the class last night, and I'm telling you, they did a beautiful job. Beautiful. So I went out and I found some dough bowls wholesale. I found someone who was able to bring me enough for the class, and now I know where to get them and how to go about taking care of getting them for the class. This is one that I might have to turn it sideways. Or maybe here, there. Nope. There, it's kind of sideways. This is a medium one whenever you look at the size of the dough bowl. Still getting, you know, the expense is there, but not anything like the big dough bowl would have been. I found some craft shows in Mississippi, Alabama, who were selling these, and they were selling them from around $50 to $100 and something when they were completed. So it's something that you're going to see more often. The other thing that I did for last night was I also found some small ones, and these are attractive to people that don't have very much room, or they just don't want the clutter of that. These dough bowls look awesome with they look awesome with an arrangement in them, potted plant, the ornamental balls. I put the pumpkins in there around, you know, when we were getting ready for Halloween or fall decor or any decor. I wanted to keep the wood look, and they are, you can find them, but it would be best to find I might have to make it a prize one day. I have a few left, but I'm thinking about ordering some more for another class. Now, this is what you use. These are supplies that you'd use for this, and this is going to be our project for next week too, since I've got, you know, since I've got the equipment ready. And I've got supplies and everything. This is what the, let me see what's the best way to show you this. This is, This is a joint compound, and I found this Hobby Lobby. There's enough in here for several classes if you're interested in it for that. Or maybe you know someone who does construction work or does wallboard installation, and they would be able to give you some if you didn't want to buy the whole thing. I have another one that had too much water mixed in it, and so it was, this is what it looks like inside. It's kind of in fact, it's a cake batter consistency. You'll see these around at different places, maybe at gift shops. You could look online for them to be on clearance somewhere, but buying them is a little, you could look on Amazon. This one is the small one, and I think it's a good one to teach from over the big ones. Like I said, I found that overnight, leaving it overnight, that the items were not dry. So Monday morning, or Monday afternoon, we're going to start working on this, and I think by Friday we'll have a design. Everybody didn't do, not everybody did, let me see if I can reach one now. Not everyone did the church. Some people did a palm tree. It was beautiful. Some people did a flower. Some of them have left them here to kind of cure and to dry a little bit more. Painting them before they were dry was fine. It didn't do anything but absorb the paint just a little bit more. So it's water soluble and very easy to take care of. I mean, it's very easy to take care of your items after you apply the joint compound. I used this, I had this on hand, and so it was, just kind of like putting I'm going to show you next week. So it was kind of like, putting it in there and then making it smooth, or making it with as much texture as you want. So that's our project for next week. I think you're going to enjoy it. Now we'll go back to, let me see if I can straighten this out in here. We'll go back to our project that we're supposed to be finishing today. So I want to hear more about what you're going to be doing for Thanksgiving if you have a chance to write me. Also, I found that in this class there were, now Christine, if you're still here, I saw that you had used these in a class as well. I agree with you thoroughly. The size of these slices, it's pine wood with bark, pre-sanded and polished, and it's perfect for arts and crafts. Now, this came in a package like this with the twine already included, and let's see, I'll show you what they look like. These were sanded, and the bark was so pretty that a lot of people didn't want to paint them. But I got them to, most of them primed them, and they're using them for Christmas decorations. Because there is a prime with them. And some of them have used, I had some rhinestones, and they used those. So they're still working on those. But this is Arteza, and I had enough. Not only did I have enough of those, but I had more than enough time for them to do another small project in the class. So that was fun. The other thing we did, I can't get up or I'll crash, is someone had, remember, yes, I need those. Someone had given me a couple of bags of beautiful, huge pine cones. And so we're having a pine cone challenge, and everyone took a pine cone to decorate. And we're going to have, in fact, I'm going to get some people from the outside of the paint class to become involved in decorating a pine cone, and then there will be a challenge by our next class, which is December 15th. So anyway, we're going to go back to this because it's fun, and I do want to finish this so that I can use it for something. Let's see. I have to paint the roof, which I think, oh, I know what I was going to do. All day today, people have been coming in and out of the room and wanting to finish their projects. So it's been a busy day just doing that. Now, I'm going to just take this and give me a little bottom surface here, which will kind of define the ground, the grass, the bottom of the bag. If you have any questions about this, let me know. Oh, thank you. Yeah, this is a good class. Now, what I told them, January, February for us is a huge, busy part of time of the year. This is whenever the real professional snowbirds are here. Professionals, not really. This is just when a lot of people are here because they are through with Christmas and Thanksgiving. They've celebrated with their families, and they've come back down to enjoy themselves and get away from the weather in the north. So those are my really busy classes at Florida Grand. And then toward the end of the month, I start doing some classes away from here as well. But I told them, I said, you know what I'd really love to do is resin art. Now, I know an expert in resin art, and I hope that I can get some lessons from her. I'll be happy to help her however I can too. So that's something that we've never done, but it is a beautiful, beautiful class, and she's an expert. So if you know Christine Fitzgerald, you're very, very fortunate. She teaches Christine's coastal creations. So I would recommend her to you highly as a resin artist. Okay, now I'm also going to just kind of, maybe I shouldn't have done that. I want to paint oh, guess what? Last night I did not get any joint compound all over my clothes. I wore an apron, but I was anticipating that it would happen. Everybody wore their aprons though. So it's always good when you don't have to go home with half the class on your clothes. Now, tonight is a Mexican themed happy hour where we are. So I went ahead and I had, I fixed some Mexican rice with peppers and onions and tomatoes, and it smelled so good when I left. So I know we always bring a dish on Friday night, and there will probably be a big crowd there. It would be about 100. Let's see. Okay. Now, you know, remember last week, before we did all this, we're in the ugly stage here. So, don't get excited. Don't get excited. We're in the ugly stage. And I'll finish this off. But you know how to do it now. I'd like to know if you're able to locate some of the bags And also, if you do them, I want to see them. That's exciting. Oh, great. Okay. Well, this is kind of like a Mexican theme. So it'll be kind of exciting to see who all brings what. There. Okay. Now, I will be back here Monday afternoon at 3 p.m. Central Time. And so I know that if I finish this, I'll show you on Monday what I do. This is kind of an electric blue roof here. I don't know if it'll stay that way, but it's hard to get over here in this crease. Right now, I think just getting the paint on this roof so it can dry, and I'll be able to paint some or draw some lines on it would be nice. There is a color. I put all my little paint things away so I wouldn't clutter up this table. Of course, that's the colors that you need. I think I've got enough of this color that is kind of lavender lilac, and it'll work out. I'll touch it up. This is not the final coat here. So I hope y'all have a nice weekend. I'm looking forward to it. We leave Wednesday to go spend time with our family, but when we do that, I'll still do some lives, probably not on Thanksgiving Day, but I have a little granddaughter that is very artistic, and she has her own YouTube channel, and she shows people projects and stuff like that for her age. I just think she's a hoot. And she's definitely not where she'll be in a couple of years doing it, but I think it's so much fun to watch her. Okay, now I'm going to let these dry, and after they dry, I will be applying. Let me see if I can do it here, because this blue is ugly. I know y'all wouldn't say that, but it was ugly. Right there. And I'll just go around touching it up until I get it the way that I want it. So this is the end of this week's project. Next week is joint compound. And I'll show you as I get to my project what I'm doing for the Pine Cone Challenge. We will have different judges, so I can enter that one. I know it'll be a lot of fun though, and that's the object of it, is to get everyone involved. In fact, I wanted to tell you a little bit. One of the things that has come out of my teaching, whether it's here or anyone else, has been a sense of more community, of bringing people together. And I didn't realize that for a long time, but that has become really one of the biggest, I guess, the nicest things about this class is that getting together and getting to know people a little bit better and seeing them in a really fun atmosphere where there is no stress is a lot of fun. So I'd encourage you, if there are people that you want to paint with, ask them over and just have a salad or something and a sandwich and enjoy each other's company and the laughs that come from that, or just getting to know each other better. I'm so glad you're here today, and I'll look forward to seeing you on Monday afternoon. In the meantime, if you have any questions or comments, or you'd like from anything that I can help you with as far as these past projects, just let me know. Thank you so much again for being here. Y'all are just the greatest audience, and I appreciate your support so much every single day. Talk to y'all later, and do something nice. Oh, remember, it's a great day to have a great day. Bye-bye now.